Alright, let's just jump into it, shall we? This is Green Black Elves. It's an archetype I've played a lot of on stream. This build, the main deck, is pretty close to my preferred build. Except, you'll note Magic Online just crashed. I was trying to zoom in here, so I guess I'll reload that in a second. Hey, Steam Flugger, thanks for the 21 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Couldn't find a playset of Elves with Deep Shadow. So, let's pull the sponsor page up with the new sponsor logo on it while I reload Moto. The thing we're trying today that I've not tried in Elves before is I have 4 copies of Steel Leaf Champion. Someone had submitted a build with 4 copies of that card, so I want to see how that feels. Doesn't seem completely unreasonable. Yep. Yeah, the plan is to go back. So I know for a couple of days there, when the new set first dropped, we did all arena all day. I am planning to go back to what we had been doing previously on most days, which was 1 Magic Online League to start the morning for about an hour to 90 minutes, and then roll on into arena for the rest of the day after that. As always, you can find my full schedule with with formats on my website. I'm actually realizing now, I was running a bit behind this morning, and I forgot to fill my water bottles up before I started the day, so I'm going to run upstairs and do that really quick while I do the deck list up. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Alright, sorry about the chair stream. Let's do it. I've drawn 39 subs in a row. Clearly the sub shuffler is broken. Flat and broken. Welcome back, Punchworthy. Hope you're having a good one. KT Sizzle checking in for the 2nd month in a row. Welcome back. Awesome, Steve. Yeah, the blue-black build we played last week felt like it was pretty reasonable. Slewy coming in hot with a 10-month resub. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I mean, this hand, would like to draw a second land on turn 2, but this definitely isn't a deck that mulligans one-landers very often. What are my thoughts? My takeaway that the format ultimately didn't change very much seems to have been reasonably accurate. I think I just do this and put some dorks into play. Hey, Sharps, thanks for 11 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Awesome, Zig. There's a lot of reasonable things in the format. A braid. So a braid is likely indicative of something fair. Not guaranteed to be fair by any means, but likely fair. Could be. I guess sometimes I've seen a braid main deck in Storm, but I think that's more the exception than the rule. Deceiver Exarch. Alright. So, not fair, but not what I was expecting. This matchup's probably a little bit hard for us. This build specifically only has 2 Dismembers in the sideboard, which would be our axis of interaction. And we've notably not drawn any more lands this game. Yeah, watching the chat reaction to a player making Nexus actually kill them was so rancid. And I can't even imagine how bad the reaction would have been if SCG hadn't been in sub-only chat. Like, when you read the SCG Twitch chat, realize that, like, those people had to pay to be there and how much complaining there was. Alright, am I dead? Chat was very upset they were making them go through the motions. But that's just it, Trax. It wasn't the player playing. Why didn't you enjoy the fact that they left the table to go to the bathroom? In what world does the player sitting there at the table impact his opponent's ability to combo? How is the player who has nothing to do, how is the player literally saving the match and the coverage time to use the bathroom while they're stuck there doing nothing make you upset? Because that's an unreasonable position in my opinion. You would rather the player sit there while they have nothing to do, and then once his opponent finishes comboing, then take a 2-minute break to go use the bathroom, delaying coverage by 2 minutes? Because I think your stance there is absurd. I think the player who had to use the bathroom that got up and did it while his opponent was working through the combo, I think that's great. I think they saved themselves time, they saved their opponent time, they saved everyone watching the tournament time. The only reason to sit there during an actual match that you're playing is to make sure your opponent's not going to cheat, and they're on coverage. So guess what? They're not going to cheat because they're on coverage. So I think being upset with someone for getting up and going to the bathroom while their opponent's sitting there doing something they have nothing to interact with, I think that's asinine and beyond ridiculous. In fact, I would argue one of Magic's Arena's biggest failings as an application right now is the fact that I can't walk away from my computer because I have to sit there and keep clicking OK when Nexus gets revealed. Good morning, Rocker. Thank you for the 12 months. Hey, appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I was watching mainly on YouTube, but I plan on stopping in every once again to sharpen my sword. Thanks for the great coverage. I'm looking forward to more. Thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub too, Savage. No, MTGO doesn't make you do the same thing. MTGO has an auto pass button where I press the button and I walk away from my computer and it requires 0 flipping input from me. Magic Online does that very well. Alright, so I know they have a Cryptic command in their hand, or a Snapcaster in their hand, so they can snap Cryptic. So we're going to end step Company here, get that Cryptic did, untap, and jam some dorks. Alright, I can hit double Shaman of the Pack here and kill them. Not double Shaman of the Pack, got it? Punishing Waterfalls, thank you for the 18 months. Legacy is dead, long live Legacy. We actually have a Legacy deck in the queue. I think someone said they were going to add a second here soon, too. My Collected Company is a creature instant yet again. Weird. Alright, so Dismember is great. Scavenging Ooze is not. I think that's all I want to change here. I don't think I want Thoughtseize. I think the rest of this is fine. If you're making them combo off game 1, and you're not seeing to see what the condition is, wasting time at gamer. It's not. It's not. In fact, I'm giving you a timeout. I don't care. Get out of here. I love how your argument, how is making your opponent play the game of Magic wasting time? Projecting what Wizards of the Coast has done onto the players playing the game is silly. It's not the player's fault that someone's playing a combo that takes a lot of time to play through. And you being upset with the player for making their opponent play through the combo is absurd and ridiculous. If you want to make the opponent play through their combo, you can and should do that. And getting annoyed at the player and being upset with players is not welcome in my chat. It's not the player's job to balance the game or make the combos not tedious to go through. You're upset that the combos are tedious to go through? Go be upset with the people who make the combos, who have the ability to take the combo out of the game. It's the same crap. It's funny that this is leaking into standard now, because this is the type of stuff that you've heard in modern for a long time. But this is something that we've dealt with in this format off and on for forever. Players getting upset with the people playing the game instead of the people that have the ability to actually change the game. Hey, Leluke, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your week. Scooter, you got a combo for me. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Happy Monday. I did get 167th. It's the exclamation point rank is the command, by the way. Alright, we're going to diddle my Archdruid. I would like to collect my company. This one and this one. Alright, so I get to do this, and then I get to do this, and then I get to attack. Yay, let's get linear. We want to get linear. Let's get into linear. Well, it's good to still have you around, Steam Flogger. I'm glad the YouTube stuff lines up well for you. Thanks, Luke. Yeah. I think comparing Nexus of Fate to Mono Red is kind of silly. Yeah, definitely Waterfalls. like, I get that people dislike losing to aggro decks, but like, a lot of people just dislike losing in general. But there's a very fundamental difference between losing to a fast, efficient deck and losing to a deck that literally takes them a bunch of time to kill you the turn they kill you. Just fundamentally very different. This hand is not very good, but I really didn't want to go to 5. What's going on, Sam Baram? Welcome back. So the one thing I would encourage you to break yourself of, if you're going to understand Modern as a format, is that Modern doesn't really have a metagame. Modern is a format where decks are honestly just kind of expensive to play. So for the most part, the decks that get played are decks that people have owned for a very, very long time. So, like, when there's a new popular deck that's powerful, people don't all of a sudden go out and sell the Modern deck that they've been playing for the last decade and, like, spend $2,000 to buy the new deck. People tend to just stick to continuing to play the deck that they know and love. I think we're dead. And it doesn't really have anything to do with them having Splinter Twins so much as we just had a bad start. Although, you know, if we're not dead next turn, our hand is pretty reasonable at this point, assuming this hits anything decent. Quick question for you. Why does Terminus play but Devastation Tide did not? Terminus is an actual sweeper. Devastation Tide is a temporary setback. There's just like, the cards are just like night and day in terms of power level. Are we dead? Yay, Modern. Yay. Grishelbrand is one of the 24 different decks that seem very reasonable. No real standouts from the tournament. And that's like one of the things that's like, I get that this was the first big tournament, but like, we've been playing with these cards for over a week now in Arena, right? We've been slamming them into the ladder, and like, nothing really surprising came up, right? Like, the finals was a mono red mirror batch, not really surprising. Simic Nexus, most represented deck on day 2, not really surprising. Hey, Warboss Beast coming in hot with the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good start to your week. You know, I can't say I remember ever playing an Elf Mirror before. Nah, that's not true. You definitely played at least one on stream. This card is probably worse than Azuri or Lead the Stampede would be here. Today was my Friday. All right, well, I hope you're having a good start to your couple of days off. How does it play out usually? So, the Elves Mirror should play out a lot like most matches of Modern, and that my opponent and I are mostly going to try and ignore what each other are doing and hopefully play past each other by attacking a bunch with really large things. My hand, notably, is not particularly good at racing here. I have the Steel Leaf Champion, which could potentially be okay here. But, like, if this was an Azuri, for instance, I would be able to punch through guaranteed. I do feel like adding Steel Leaf Champion in this deck is kind of like slowing my deck down at the cost of making it like maybe a little bit more consistent, which generally speaking from my experience playing Modern is not where I want to be in life. Usually prefer to be as fast and as linear as possible in this format. All right. And the other thing here too is my opponent has Scavenging Ooze and I don't. So if I start attacking and we start making trades in combat, that favors my opponent on this board state because they have Scavenging Ooze. That's a good draw. Let's get double Shaman and kill them. Hey, little McNugget. Thank you for the 6 months. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Are they dead if I attack with everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, they're actually just dead to the trigger. Single Shaman of the pack was lethal. Yay, green people. Yay. Alright, so Dismember is great. Dismember is great. I think these Steel Leaf Champions are worse than Lead the Stampede. Maybe I split the difference. Nah, I'm gonna go all Lead the Stampede. This is basically just a critical mass matchup. It's also about hitting Lords and Shamans to break board stalls. Yeah, I just want to like have the most ability to find my key cards. They could block Steel Leaf Champion. They had a 2/2. They had Dwynen's Elite and they had a Shaman of the pack. That's true. They were in fact dead to an attack. They were dead before an attack. This hand is absurd. This hand would really like to draw a Lead the Stampede or an Elvish Archdruid. Because we get to go Mystic into Heritage Druid Dwynen's Elite, but I don't currently have a 3-mana thing to play. So I'm looking for a 2 or 3 mana play for next turn, so I can go this into the 2 or 3 mana play. And then we'll have Company plus Shaman as a follow-up. Opponent has one of their better starts here too, though. The second Shaman might actually set us up for turn 3 lethal. So if I hit Dwynen's Elite on this Company, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I hit Dwynen's Elite as a draw step. That's excellent. So I can do this and cast this. Yeah, there are multiple turn 1 win decks in Modern. There is a new turn 1 win deck in Modern currently, but there's been multiple historically speaking. So the problem is I'm dead to this Azuri next turn. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can do 15 here, but I'm gonna be dead to this Azuri. So yeah, I think I just have to go for broke. Actually, am I supposed to... I generate more mana if so I could cast this and then in response to the trigger, tap this, tap this, tap this, tap this, cast Collecting Company, but then I still need to hit a Dwynen's Elite, right? Yeah, you can go back and click into the VOD CHC and check it out from the start, but then obviously you won't be able to chat in real time. Also, things get archived after the fact on my YouTube channel. Alright, I just gotta hit Dwynen's Elite plus an elf here to kill them. Archdruid plus Heritage Druid. That's not gonna be enough, right? Am I guaranteed dead next turn? If I'd have hit Dwynen's Elite, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so Dwynen's Elite would have been lethal there. I think I'm going to come up short now. Geist of St. Pat coming in hot with the cut the line. Good morning to you. Hold on, I'm loading up my dashboard here to see what that is. No, this isn't the proper forum, but you can play this today. I have a big standard tourney this weekend, and I want your feedback. Listen, if you're sending in a big donation, you never need to use the proper forum. 10 out of 10 can get some mono green stompy into the day. Nomad, thank you for the 13-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back, and thank you, Geist, for the very generous donation there. Am I dead? This is lethal, right? They give all these 3/3. Wait, are they not attacking with these? They tap this is 5. This is 15, 21. I guess I have blockers. So the Azuri's actually not lethal here. And then we're going to kill them with Shaman of the Pack on 4. Hey, Atheist Vengeance. Thanks for the 8-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, we have a new sponsor lined up today. Vitamin String Quartet. They're a instrumental string arrangements group that does a variety of covers ranging from Zelda to Zeppelin. You can stream them alongside myself here or your own gaming sessions. One of the many upsides to me not playing music on stream is you can play whatever music is of most interest to you. Morning, Indy. Is that lethal with a land? I think that's lethal if they have a land. Ooh. Okay. I believe they're dead though, right? They don't have a lethal attack and I have a second Shaman. Well, as you can see here, we are the elf master of drawing Shaman of the Pack. Yeah. I genuinely wonder, Leluc, everything that I play here on stream, our viewers submit a deck list, and if you'd like to see anything specific on stream in the future, you're always welcome to submit it, as detailed by the form on my website here. Pretty much everything we play here is viewer powered. Morning, Anner. Morning, Jack. Yeah, they're good stuff. Reasonably new here, but do I play Pauper Roll? I do not. So standard is the bulk of my content. Modern is second after that, with Legacy following. Stuff like Pauper and Vintage don't really have quite the same following. So I tend to prioritize the formats that have a little bit more people interested in them. Top of the morning, Jerry. I would love to play first. Yeah, this hand's fine. This is one of our few hands that doesn't have one of our 12 one-mana accelerants to start on, because we do have Heritage Druid, which is similar. I mean, and this is, so, like, figured it out is, like, is it another Elvesmere? Oh, they could be Ponza, which would be good for us. The Ponza matchup's actually quite good for this deck, because we get onto the board very quickly. I think, what's the word that I'm searching for? It's not like what that deck is doing is kind of like something that's exists in the fringe of the formats for a while. It just gained Neoform as an additional tool, right? Like we played Allosaurus Rider Gristlebrand for a while. Can you estimate which day you'll get to Punishing Thieves so I can try to get to it live? The Legacy decks just count the same as in with the Modern points, Jerry, for the Moto deck for the day. So it looks like if nobody adds any points to any other decks, it is currently 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 5th after today, which would put it as next Monday's deck. At one Moto deck a day. No, actually just a second Elvesmere in a row. Wild. Which format has the highest power level? Definitely Vintage. Alright, and they're also playing Steel Leaf Champion. Interesting. Morning, Flab. So we're hoping to hit double Lord on this Collected Company so I can attack with both of these. That is not double Lord. It is, however, a Scavenging Ooze. I guess I already had one of those, but getting the Scavenging Ooze into play here means attacking with this is a little more appealing because if they trade off, I can start eating things. Vintage Use is the most broken card of all, the maxed out credit card. I mean, Shaman of the Pack's a great draw. I'm going to go ahead and just jam this pre-combat. This gives my opponent a little bit more information about letting them need to block conservatively, but at the same time, it means I get to deal maximum damage before I trade off creature with these Steel Leaf Champions. I am still at the tail end of this gold. My sore throat's finally gone, but I am still coughing a little bit. It lingers. As good as Steel Leaf Champion was there, I think that's the exception, not the rule, and I think I'd rather have Lead the Stampede in a matchup like this. I feel like the place where Steel Leaf Champion really shines are matches like Blue-White Control and like Green-Black Rock, where I want like a card quality card. Like the appeal of Steel Leaf Champion in this deck is that it's an individually powerful card, I feel like. Double Dismember is a lot of bit of life here, but I do have 2 black sources, so I can potentially not pay health for the second one. That is an excellent draw. I mean, I don't know that they conceded because they were forced to block or interact so much as that, like, they were probably dead and couldn't recover. Wow, their hand seems bad. Wonder if they have a Dismember of their own. They have to have something, right? Because they could have Collected Company me last turn and just didn't. Yeah, the London Mulligan is great. I think anything that reduces the variance that Magic has is a welcome change. Alright, so they drew company for the turn. I mean, Dwynen's Elite gives them some reasonable blocks inside of combat here, but it's not really a go-over-the-top card, similar to what we have. Speaking of go-over-the-top cards, We ran really good in these elf mirrors. Again, gonna play this pre-combat before we trade off some elves inside of combat here. Do you have quick trips down by you? That's a gas station, right? We do not. So we could die to, like, elves into dub shaman here. But other than that, seems like we're about to win. Uh, 40 minutes into the league, 35 minutes into the league, really. And already 2-1. Oh, modern. Day MGG, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm playing the Nexus deck lately for ladder climbing, and it's extra broken. The new Tameo. Yeah, the new Tameo makes it, yeah, I agree. It both adds consistency and makes it resilient to 8 cards. We also don't have those up here. We have, like, hey, E-Teach Ward, thanks for the biddies. Look at that. Welcome to the cheerleader board. Hope you're having a good start to your week. This is a pretty easy mulligan. Even though we have Archdruid and Clancaller, you just don't keep 7s in this deck that don't have acceleration. I've actually got 2 Fracturing Gusts in our sideboard, and Shaman of the Pack kills Lantern through a bridge, so I think this deck actually has an okay Lantern matchup. Yeah, we have KC's. KC's General Store. Shuffler Truther coming in hot for the 3rd month in a row. Welcome back. Caves of Koilos tends to be Black-White Eldrazi, which tends to be a good matchup for us. Just because we go pretty wide pretty quickly and tend to not care about things like Thalia or Leonin Arbiter. The Ghost Quarter here means that they're unable to play a Tide Hollow Sculler this turn, which means we should get to cast Archdruid next turn. Which events? I don't know that I have any big paper events lined up. I guess I am planning to go to the next 2 Nerd Rage tournaments, I believe, but I generally don't go to things like Grand Prix. Grand Prix tend to be expensive to go get to and play in, not to mention the opportunity cost of, like, not streaming for the weekend. So far, Steel Leaf Champion's been underwhelming, but that being said, this should actually be a matchup where I think Steel Leaf Champion should be good, so let's see how it plays out. That being said, like, this matchup is also just good for us already. The matchup where Steel Leaf Champion I'm really interested in is, like, Blue-White Controller, Green-Black Rock, but again, can't guarantee that we play those matches necessarily. That's an Eldrazi Displacer. Oh, maybe they'll blink my Steel Leaf Champion. That would be nice of them. So I can do this. I can do this. Is there any reason to play Company at sorcery speed? Is there any reason to play Company at sorcery speed? There's not, right? Yeah, Eldrazi midrange was kind of... I was actually very surprised at how many of the big teams played Eldrazi midrange at the PT. Which, none of them top-8'd, so I guess I'm not surprised by that. But I'm surprised that, like, really good Magic players could come to the conclusion that, like, this was an archetype they really wanted to play. It's an archetype I've always been consistently underwhelmed by in the format. So they have a Path to Exile here, so this Archdruid is not going to live through the turn most likely, but I do get to collect my company, which is nice. So this forces the issue. Oh, so do I get a Clancaller here, or do I just dub Shaman them? If I dub Shaman them, they're probably dead next turn, right? Because I have a third Shaman. I cannot believe... I just, like... I really feel like this archetype would be more popular and put up more results if more people just, like, put Shaman of the Pack in their deck. The number of people who play this archetype and don't play Shaman of the Pack is, like, criminal. The card is so good. Just unreasonably good. Hey, Hostage, hope everything goes well for you. Alright, so definitely want Lead the Stampede. I think this is a Clancaller out matchup. They tend to have a lot of removal and disruption, and this card gets worse when they're picking our board apart. I don't think this is a Dismember matchup. I think this seems fine. They're definitely an interactive deck, and Lead the Stampede is one of our best cards in the interactive matchup, just because it helps us generate critical mass. Yeah, a lot of people splash Whitened Elves, and I just don't get it. Needs more Deathrite Shaman. Do. What's the white splash in Elves for? It tends to be for, like, sideboard hate cards like Thalia or Aethersworn Canonist or Godek Teague, as well as sometimes they play Vizier. Yeah, I guess Displacer can be kind of annoying. I don't know. We can kind of just go wide around Displacer and, like, they can't displace my Shaman of the Packs. I can beat Thought Not Seer and the others inside of combat. Well, I guess if I'm cutting Clancaller, maybe that's not as reasonable of a strategy. Oh no, what if they path my Elvish Mystic, chat? How will we ever survive? Elvish Archdruid was a great draw. Although we preferred to draw it next turn so it couldn't get tied Hollow Sculler. Sculler could potentially be a reason. Like if they have Sculler into if they have Sculler into the Wasteland Strangler, that's their best possible start, and that could be bad for us. I wonder if I should have let on Gilt-Leaf Palace, because I might actually run out of Elves in my hand. Was mono blue-eye control? No, I see. I think that's not even true, Persip. I think the reach from Shaman of the Pack is still just better. All right, so I don't think I'm beating Wasteland Strangler regardless here, so I think I'm just gonna do this. And if they have Wasteland Strangler and I don't draw Lead the Stampede or Collected Company, I'll probably just concede. Yeah, I guess that's not strictly true. I can do this next turn and then maybe get Scavenging Ooze going. We won both the mirrors we played. Definitely the first time I've played running Elves mirrors. You have a grizzly cat. Would you like to wasteland me? The old turn 3 Aether Vial, a true classic. Hey, Why Pumpkins, thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. All right, and this is such a great example of like why Lead the Stampede is excellent in these matchups, right? We're just like hoping to find our way into our high value cards at this point. our Archdruids, our Steel-Leaf champions and stuff like that. And again, like, the thing I want to keep thinking about is, like, how does drawing Steel-Leaf champion at this point compare to drawing Azuri Renegade Leader, because that's the slot that it's taken, and Azuri would be much better on this board, right? Like, I drew an Azuri, I'd play Activate and kill them, whereas if I draw Steel-Leaf champion, that's not likely to kill them. It might eventually win the game, but it's going to be slow. I think any of the War Planeswalkers will see play in Modern. I'm not sure. A lot of the War Planeswalkers are about being interactive, and this format's not really about being interactive. It's about being brutal and efficient. Would it be better to split Steel-Leaf Champion, 2 Steel-Leaf Champion, 2 Azuri? I don't know. Probably not. I'm going to attack with the Scavenging Ooze here, because if they want to trade Scoos for their Tide Hollow, I'm okay with that. Could I have tapped Elves to pay for Leonin Arbiter? Yeah, my opponent took advantage of the fact that I was auto-passing on Magic Online, so I guess that is worth mentioning. They got to kill one of my lands because I had pressed my F6 button. It doesn't look like it's ultimately going to matter, but that is worth mentioning, yeah. Hey, the link between coming in hot with the 11 months. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Yeah, maybe. If artifact decks really get popular again at some point, I could in fact see Karn being a colorless Stony Silence being okay. You know, I wonder if I'm supposed to, like, attack with this just to throw it away to get Scavenging Ooze bigger. This block is really good for us. Getting to grow the Skews is great. I guess I should have revealed this. Whatever. Yeah, they're probably fine, Chris. Like, the problem is, like, in my opinion, the decks that those cards go into aren't good decks. So, I would agree that those cards are probably fine for blue-white control, but, like, that deck's not very good in the format. So, like, I agree with your takeaway that they're good there, but, like, they're not something that I would go like, oh, this is something great in the format that I want to play. I mean, if I pump the Ooze and they go to Strangler it, I just pump the Ooze again in response. So I don't really think that that's something to consider. Hey, Moniz, thank you for the 6-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, in fact, you can even re-eat the same thing that you've already targeted. They have a 3-drop to kill it. Woof. They have Flicker Wisp. Okay, so they're probably just resetting it. Yeah, that's fine. That explains why they took the trade last turn. And if we keep flooding here, we could lose. But if we find a company or a Lead the Stampede, we should be a pretty strong favorite to be ahead. What are my thoughts on Sultai Reclamation in Modern? Is it brutally efficient? And is it a good combo deck? If it doesn't answer yes to both of those questions, I don't think it's good. Is it linear? Is it proactive? Those are the keys to asking yourself, is this deck good and playable and good in Modern? Alright, I think it's time to throw away these Elvish Mystics so my Scavenging Ooze can start attacking. Is the opponent's deck good? I do not think so. In my opinion, it is not. Pizza with the tip. Thank you for that. Putting this towards Harlan's Bant list. Will do. Yeah, Storm's great. Blue-Red Phoenix is great. Those are both really good Modern decks. I guess I kind of need to throw one more elf away, because the Scavenging Ooze is only going to be a 4/4, and I don't really want to trade Scooze for 2 Leonin Arbiters. That's a cute combo, Chris. Making Ghost Dad impossible to kill. Sorry, little Elvish Mystic. We are sending you into the cat-shaped meat grinder here so the Scavenging Ooze can grow bigger. What are your thoughts on Zerta Goblin in Modern? Well, it can have haste, which makes it marginally more playable than Leonin Arbiter. Crimson, thank you for the 14-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Llanowar Elves or Elvish Mystic? I'm an Elvish Mystic fan myself. Not quite a purist. They draw another Flicker Wisp. They could just have a blocker here. Some of you might die, but it's the sacrifice I'm willing to make. Yep. I think the Displacer probably puts us dead here at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna try again on the play. Maybe I do want the Dismembers in my deck. Just for, like, killing Skull or 2. If I had Rex Sage in my 75, I'd probably have it in here. Thor Elite Guard Mage. Yeah, I'd believe that's good. This deck's probably good for a lot of the same reason that Harlan's deck list is good, right? Like, Gato Ketra is just great in a pile with a pile full of creatures. No, Thoughtseize. So if I was gonna board in Thoughtseize in a matchup like this, I would basically just be boarding in Thoughtseize everywhere. Thoughtseize generally is in the sideboard of a deck like this for decks that are explicitly faster than you or are playing single cards that win the game, like sweeper effects. I really wish we still got to play with the London Mulligan rather than having to play non-games like this. Like, this hand's not very good, but I don't really want to go to 4. This is why you actually play the games, right? Like, this matchup's incredibly good for us. Like, I think this will probably be the first time I've lost it. But it doesn't mean you're 100% by any means. Yeah, they pulled it off of Moto last week, I think. Earlier this week. No, it was last week now, because today's Monday. Hey, look. Another uncastable 3-drop in my deck full of 1 and 2 mana spells. Yay, magic. The nice thing about playing elves, regardless of the configuration, is that it's a nice quick league regardless. Heading on into the 5th match, and it's not even 9 o'clock. Can I put these towards Ral plus Finale? Yeah, definitely, Scholar. Thanks for the support. Yeah, definitely, Full Metal. Planeswalkers are great. River of Tears, Thoughtseize. Could be fairies. Could be a brew. Could be one of the artifact prison decks. The fact that they took Shaman of the Pack there makes me think they might be an Ensnaring Bridge deck. I have no idea, Gara. I really hope not. Most of the feedback I'd heard on the Mulligan change was positive, so I hope it's going to become the norm. Hey, Talran, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. Throw this at a new copy of Dino Frenzy for the queue. Will do. And Bulletproof Pope coming in hot for the 27th month. Welcome back. Alright, my hand's empty. Hopefully you have more discard spells. Alright, so definitely an Ensnaring Bridge deck. So, this is obviously not great against an Ensnaring Bridge, but our deck's not good against Ensnaring Bridge outside of Shaman of the Pack, so I think we just ship in for as much damage as possible here to try and get them in the range of a Shaman of the Pack after they put the bridge up. If they don't have bridge this turn, they're dead, but they always have the bridge, so... Shaman of the Pack is lethal. Standard Reclamation, not close. I'll concede to Lantern into 2 Shredders. Although I guess, you know what's actually kind of funny? I can actually shuffle on demand, That's actually, like, super relevant, right? So that cuts off my collected companies. So there's 3 Shaman of the Packs in my deck. There are 2 Shaman of the Packs in my deck. I have 2 Fracturing Gusts in my sideboard, so I'm going to go ahead and play out the remainder of this match, but I am going to concede when we're statistically unlikely to win, just because it's, like, not good magic. Hey, look, it's another matchup where Steel Leaf Champion's really bad. Who's surprised? Do I actually want these Thoughtseizes? I'm not sure that I do. let's just be linear. Surgical for bridge requires me to be able to consistently draw ways to kill bridge, which I cannot. Grafdigger's Cage does shut off Arc Bow. I mean, this hand's great, but my opponent's playing a bunch of discard spells, so probably doesn't matter what's in my hand. Oh, good, they have Leyline of Sanctity. Got it. So I can't Shaman of the Pack them. I'm gonna concede to Thoughtseize. That's not Thoughtseize, so we'll keep playing because this is still in our hand. Morning, Aether Vial. Morning, Shuffler Truth here. Thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. Hey, Johnny boy. Thanks for checking out the sponsor quip. Hope you enjoy your brush. Yeah, my preferred elves list has two Reclamation Sage, Hawkeye from Babylon. As always, you can find my preferred deck list for archetypes I've played a bunch on my website, jeffhoagland.com. There's no Rex Sage in the 75 because the person who submitted it was not playing Rex Sage. They did, however, put 2 Fracturing Gust in the deck, which, to be fair, Fracturing Gust here is better than Rex Sage. Wow. Yikes. It's the worst Lead the Stampede I've cast in some time. There really isn't a reason to kill this bridge just yet, right? Like, they still have a bunch of cards in their hand. Is this lethal? I think that's lethal, right? I don't know. Figure it out. Feels lethal. -1. Sign me up. Alright, tiny green people on the scoreboard. New mulligan rule totally broke Narset combo. Consistently goes 2-3 now instead of 1-4. Cracked it asunder. Cracked it asunder. That's the best part about playing Magic digitally. You're just like, it's not my job to figure out if this is lethal. Moto will let me know. I just clicked the attack with all button. Yeah, Alcyon sounds great. If you are not someone who likes keeping one-landers, this is not the deck for you. We have the Shuffle on Demand from Clancaller in the mid to late game. We got Double Cocoa. Opponents mulliganing low, but that's not strictly a bad thing for them, just because they are an ensnaring bridge deck. was like definitely a moment in time where like I didn't mind playing Modern all day every day. Yeah, I have a shuffling deck that I keep on my desk. Hey, Trade Ducky, thank you for the Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your week. Thanks for keeping me employed here. We'll see you back here real soon, hostage. What's the sub goal to get Pink Jeff back? I don't know about that. My hand is decent against Thoughtseize opponent. The old 3-pair. As you will. Alright, they have Shredder and Lantern. They have no cards left in their deck. They probably want to let me draw this forest, right? Really? Okay. Bidding that seems really aggressive. Ooh, that would be a good one. Hey, Ray Mile, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. With this on top of their deck, yeah, I was surprised that they shredded me there. Rude. Alright, well, here we go. So the goal here is to kill them with Shaman of the Pax before they find Leyline. Alright, so that War of Invention turns off my collected companies. So I think I actually want to do this now. Because I don't really want to draw this for the turn, right? And then I also don't want to draw Gilt-Leaf Palace. Man, I am unlucky. So we could have killed them there with some good Shaman of the Pax. I have another brick on top of our deck. So now we just need, yeah, I do have multiple shuffles here. Like, I get 2 shuffles a turn, basically. Yeah, we played a Boros Feather deck, but it wasn't very good. I think light up the stage is one of the many powerful things we can do in this format. Do they have a Witchbane Orb? This is a Witchbane Orb. Okay, so we're just drawing to Fracturing Gust then, right? I get 3 shuffles a turn now. The good news is they're very dead to Fracturing Gust. Considered Time Wipe? I haven't, actually. That seems interesting. Could be okay in the sideboard. So, Grafdigger's Cage says I can't put creatures into play from my deck. It doesn't say I can't search my deck, though. Six mana, shuffle your deck. What a useful line of text. Six mana, shuffle my deck. I've got 4 6 mana, tap my creature, shuffle my decks in play. Welcome to Lantern. Confusion is bliss. Thank you for the 12 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Hope you're having a good one. No, I have 2 Fracturing Gusts, though. This would... How rancid would this be in paper? I think I'm going to hold on to that for now. Yep, it's literally 6 mana, shuffle, look at the top, shuffle, look at the top. Like, it's tedious, but I think I'm technically ahead here at the moment, because I have more control over the top of my deck than they do, right? So now they try and mill this Fracturing Gust. And then I shuffle. And then there's a non-Fracturing Gust card on top of my deck. It gets milled. And now they don't have another one of these. So I think I'm supposed to shuffle again here, right? Because I want to give myself... I have a chance to draw a meaningful card this turn now. So I've got a 2 in 36 chance of getting a Fracturing Gust on top of my deck. So now they have to crack their Lantern. So now they're down a combo piece. And now I have 2 Fracturing Gusts in my deck and they don't have a Lantern in play. Can definitely say this is the first time Elvish Clancaller has been useful in this way. The good news is if they play a Lantern on their turn now, I get a bunch of shuffle looks. Garfield intensifies, right? And I want to play all my stuff out because that's why I want as much mana as possible. EOT shuffle to assert dominance, right? Yeah, it's a real shame Shaman isn't each opponent. Agree. Nuclear launch detected. How does one add a deck to the queue? All the details and how to submit a deck of your own to the queue can be found here on my website. Bye, Felicia. Yay, magic. I mean, ain't never gonna cut these Clancallers. They were great. The old 6 mana shuffle's getting there. Yeah, I'm pretty confident this card's bad. I just, like, from a theory standpoint, it's just not what you want to be doing. I really want my 3-mana cards to be bigger and better than this. I think not playing Azuri is silly. I think Steel Leaf Champion is, like, probably okay against, like, blue-white control or, say, green-black mid-range. But I think if I wanted a card that was good in those spots, I'd want other things that generated card advantage, like Sylvan Messenger or Beast Caller, probably. Edge Freak, thanks for 11 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Polar Scribe, checking in for the year and a half. Thank you. All right. That being said, we had to cut the line for some mono green Stompy and standards. We're going to kick the day off with that. So we're going to play some Steel Leaf Champions in the other